Recording. We're going to go ahead and begin. My name is Nicole. This is a 1.5 hour, a little bit challenging yoga class. So I'm glad you are here and we'll get started. So first of all, we're going to stand with our feet apart. Take our left arm up, lean to the right, stretch that hand away, come back up and switch. Reach the hand up. Lean to the left, reaching the whole time. And then come back up. Bring the hands to the heart center. One version of our Tadasana, mountain pose. And then we're going to bend the knees and take a nice big breath in. And do some sun salutations. So bend forwards. Come up to a flat back. So reaching the head in front. And then down into a forward fold. Place the hands on the mat, step back with the right foot. And we're going to twist to the left. Take that left arm up. So our hands spread out on the mat, toes spread out. And then bring the hand back, step into a plank. And let's take a couple breaths in plank. Nice deep Ujjayi breath. So breathing through the nose as much as we can. And taking nice full breaths, making a sound. Now let's come down to the mat, elbows stay in. Touch the knees and chest, chaturanga. Come up to a low cobra. Then push up to a high cobra. Take a breath. And then we'll turn our toes under and rock and press back into a downward facing dog. Now let's walk the dog, alternating the heels going down. Reaching with the hips. Head can hang down. And then stretch into the downward facing dog. Reaching the hips up, our chest kind of sinks down between those shoulders. And then go ahead and step or jump up to your hands. Hang in a forward fold again. Inhale, come up to a flat back. And then we'll exhale, go down again into Uttanasana, forward fold. Arms out to the sides. We're going to breathe in as we come up, keeping the back as flat as we can. And then reaching up nice and high. So stretch up there. Make sure everyone's muted. And then take the arms down to the sides. Let's make some shoulder rolls in between the two sides of our body with our sun salutations. Couple more. And then go the opposite direction. Nice soft bend in the knees. And we're almost there. And then shake the arms, hands, shoulders. And we'll start on the other side. So let's bend and then reach up, stretching upwards as we inhale, folding forwards as we exhale, Uttanasana. Come up to a flat back, reaching the head forwards away from the hips. And then exhale, Uttanasana again. Place the hands on the floor. This time we're going to step back with our left foot into a low lunge. Plant the left hand, roll the right arm up, spread the fingers. And we're in a nice twist. Maybe even press that left heel back and down. Or look up at your hand. And then let's bring the hand back. Step into our nice plank, where we'll stay for 2 or 3 breaths. So nice and firm, fingers are spread out. And take full Ujjayi breath each time. A nice core work right now. keeping ourselves in a beautiful plank. And then we'll lower down so elbows stay in, knees and chest touch, chaturanga, and then swoop into a low cobra. And then we'll lift up into a high cobra. If that's something you can do, so you can do either one. Then we'll turn the toes under and rock and press back into our downward facing dog and walk the dog on this side. And the head is hanging down, the shoulders are holding up nicely, but our chest is sinking downward and between the shoulders a little bit. And then let's stretch our down dog, reaching the hips back, lowering the shoulders and chest, breathing. Nice full Ujjayi breath. And then we'll jump up to our hands or walk and hang in Uttanasana. Flat back, head forwards. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold again. Reverse swan again, lifting slowly, giving your body a chance so that blood pressure can normalize. Take the arms up, stretch up nice and high, bring the palms together, and we'll come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. So we can have our hands here, or we can bring the hands down, just let them be by the side of the body. Draw the shoulder blades in, lift through the crown of the head. So our whole body stretching upwards. And we're breathing our nice full Ujjayi breath. Making it audible if possible. And now let's take another breath in. Bend the knees, reach up, and we'll go to each side again. Left arm down, stretch out there. We'll take a breath over here. And then come back up, breathe in. And now we'll go the other way. Stretching that left arm as far up there as we can. And then back up to the center and let the arms float out halfway. Fingers and thumbs spread out. Let's make some circles with our arms. And then back the other way. And then reach the arms up again, weave the fingers together, turn the palms up, and we're going to reach our palms up as high as we can. So extending the arms as far as it's comfortable for you. So listen to your own body. And if you can, get a little bit of a back bend in there. And then we'll come back to standing, separate the feet a little farther, more like shoulder distance. Take the hands behind, weave the fingers there, press the hands away, down and away. And we'll go ahead and fold forwards, letting the arms float up as far as they comfortably can. As we come down as far as we comfortably can. Now, while you're here, let's reweave the fingers so the other thumb is on top. Breathe. And then let's slowly return to stand, little by little. Nice. And give it a good shake. Let's separate the feet and do some hip circles. Nice loosening activity. And then reverse it. Couple more. And then back to the center. Bend the knees, lift up, stretch up, breathe in, spread those ribs out, forward fold. And we're going into another downward facing dog. So bend the knees, then step back. Stretch into the downward facing dog. Then lift the right leg. We're doing three-legged dog. So reach with that right foot. Lower the chest toward the floor or ground. Breathe as comfortably as you can. If you can't, back off a little bit. Make it easier. And now let's bring that right leg down and stretch the left one into three-legged dog. Lowering the shoulders, reaching with the foot. You can point the foot or you can have it flex. Either one. Another breath. And then we'll bring that leg down and come onto all fours. Sink into child's pose. Balasana. Listen to the breath. Now let's take the arms a foot or so to the right side and stretch over there. Turn the chest so that it's facing the arms and come down again, stretching. So we're feeling a stretch along the left side of the body, not just the low back. Nice full Ujjayi breathing. And then let's come back to the center and take the arms over to the left side. You can even stack the right hand on top of the left if you want. Get the chest to rotate and then sink into Balasana on the left side. Breathe. Nice full Ujjayi breathing. So to make that sound, you can try constricting a little bit at the top of the throat. And now let's return to the center and come up on all fours and do some cow and cat. So we'll extend so that our head is reaching forwards, the hips back, taking in as much air as we can in our cow. And now let's curve up into our cat. Drawing the abs in towards spine, exhaling. Inhale, cow, spread the fingers out on the mat, connect well to the floor. Exhale, cat. And now do 4 or 5 more at your own pace so that you can coordinate with your lung capacity. So wherever you are, let's go ahead and do 1 more full set. Cow. And a cat. And when you're finished, come back to neutral on all fours. And now we're going to stretch our right leg out behind us and swoop it over to the left side so that we can do a nice C-shaped curve to the left. So we twist our upper body. One of the target areas here is the IT band and the right top of the thigh or front of the thigh. Now breathe as you're looking out towards that right foot on the left side. And hopefully you can feel that in your thigh. A nice stretch and some in the hip. Maybe if you're really curved around, maybe you feel it in the upper body as well. Nice deep breathing, giving the stretch a little bit more time. And then bring the foot back in. And we'll switch to the left foot now. Reach that left leg back. And then swoop it over to the right side and curve the body so you can look at the left foot. Move the leg around so you can feel the best stretch for you, hopefully in the thigh. A nice deep Ujjayi breathing. One more breath here. And then bring that leg back. Let's place our forearms and elbows down onto the mat. And we're going into a dolphin next. So we have our fingers spread out. Our chest is kind of low. Our elbows and our hands are supporting us. So connect well to the floor. Turn the toes under and lift up into a dolphin. So as your hips go back, the head comes lower, maybe even rests on the floor. And we are reaching with our hips to extend the spine, stretch the back of the legs, and build strength in our shoulders and our upper back. Nice deep breath. And then let's bring the knees down. Come back up on the hands. Separate the knees. Place them out at the outer edge of the mat. We're going down into our frog. So you can have your feet out to the side with the feet flexed, but that's not for everyone. So you can also bring your feet close together, sink the hips down, and start feeling some hip opening, some maybe groin stretch, then lower the chest, bend the elbows, maybe the forearms come onto the ground, and then sink deeper and deeper into the frog. You can bring your chest lower and lower too, so that eventually you can place the top of the chest on the ground. And breathe. So a little bit longer in our frog, if it's comfortable. If not, kind of ease up a little bit, maybe bring the chest higher. Or the hips can go up a little bit higher. Whatever's comfortable for you, you want to listen to your own body and do the right thing for your body. And breathe, nice calm Ujjayi breath. And enjoy the pose. So if you're not enjoying it, you need to make it a little bit softer for your body. Then we'll slowly come up, bring the knees back together. So be in a all fours position again. And we'll go into our scorpion pose. So make sure the wrists are under the shoulders and the fingers are spread out and connecting. Let's lift our right leg now and bring that right foot as close towards the head as we comfortably can. We can arch the back and lift the head too. And just bring the head and foot closer. And then bring the right leg down. And now we'll try it with the left foot. So lift, reach with the head and foot, and just see how it feels. And then we'll bring that down. Let's sit back on our heels. Take a nice breath in, reach up. Bring the hands to the heart center. We'll do some bellows breathing. So we'll be lifting our elbows out, stretching the rib cage. Maybe tilt the head back a little and then exhale. So our ribs come back in. We draw our belly in and up. Breathe in. Tip back a little if you can. Exhale. Bellows breath in. Tip and exhale. 2 more. Bellows. Big stretch of the ribs. Reach with the elbows. Exhale. You can be slightly different pace depending on your breath. Breathe in. Main thing is that you're doing a nice stretch for your own body. And that's it. Let's bring the hands down now and turn the head side to side. Just going to warm up the neck a little, loosen it. We've already been in so many asanas that our neck's gotten a little bit of a workout already. So maybe this will help loosen it up. And then we'll bring our heads to the center so you can go slowly. Now we'll transition to up and down. And then we'll bring the head to neutral. Now let's turn it all the way to the left side as far as is comfortable for you. Wait a little bit and maybe if it loosens up, you might go a tad deeper into the stretch. So this is good for a range of motion of the neck, especially good for driving. Then back to the center and over slowly to the other side. So again, we'll wait here a little bit, and then if it feels comfortable, you can take it a little bit deeper, farther around. And then we'll bring it back to the center. We want to do a little chin dip here, chin to chest. Tuck the chin in, feel the nice stretch up the back of the neck. And then we'll bring the head slowly back up. Take a nice breath in, reach. Bring that left arm down so the hand will touch the floor, and then we'll lean and you'll be able to make a good connection with the floor, even bending the elbow and reaching as far as you can with the hand. It's not too long. And then slowly come back up. We'll take both arms up. Big, big breath in and switch to the other side. Reaching that right hand or left hand, maybe it looks like to you, as far away as you can from the shoulder. And then bringing both arms up again. Bring the hands to the heart center. Place the hands on the floor. Turn the toes under. So I'll turn to the sides. You're going to see we're going to make our way into a squat. So toes are under. Now move the hands, press the hands, and bring the knees up. And then continue to try lowering the heels. This may be your squat with your heels up. You can place your hands behind you if you're worried about going backwards. And then try to bring the arms in front if you can. And lift the crown of the head, draw the shoulder blades in a little bit more so you can try to straighten the back and relax in a nice squat. And now let's come back forward, place your hands on the floor. Do a couple little mini push-ups. So the knees kind of go up and down, the elbows are moving. And now bring the knees to the floor. And then we'll come back into our squat. But this time when your hands go behind you, see if you can move the feet farther away from each other and open up the knees. And the elbows can come on the inside of the knees and you can press lightly against those elbows. As long as it's comfortable, the knees can keep going outward, especially try to keep the toes and the knees in the same line. So you don't want your feet to be straight ahead and the knees out to the side. So move the feet and the knees together. And then bring the hands together. Lift up through the spine and breathe. Just do the best you can, as long as it feels good. Okay, a little bit longer. And then tip forwards, bring the hands down, bring the knees together to the floor. We're going to go on our hands and knees again. And do a nice balance pose. So we're taking our right leg back, our left arm forwards, and lifting the right leg. So we're balancing on our right hand and our left knee and lower leg and foot. Even the foot's helping, I guess. Spread out the fingers and the toes. Reach with the hand and the foot. And hold the balance there a little bit longer if you can. And then we'll bring those limbs down and do 5 or so breaths on the other side. So left leg goes back. Right arm goes forward, lift the left leg, spread the fingers and toes out, and then stretch the hand and foot away from each other. We're elongating through the body as well as reaching with the limbs. Keeping our balance, building strength. Nice full Ujjayi breathing. And let's bring the arm and leg down. Now we're going to turn our toes under and go into a downward facing dog. Walk the dog. And then we'll take the right leg up like we did before in our three-legged dog. We're going to move that leg forward into pigeon. So bring the right knee to the right wrist and have the lower leg at a 45-degree angle or so. And then move the left foot back and little by little until you bring the hips as low as you comfortably can to the floor. So I'm in a cobra with my legs bent in pigeon. And that's fine. You can keep your upper body risen, or you can bend at the elbows, move the hands forwards, slowly bring the chest lower, maybe to the elbows. And some people like to fold all the way forward so the chest comes on to the lower leg and the forehead comes to the floor. So whichever version, you have 4 or 5 choices there. Wherever you are with your upper body, the main thing is that we feel a nice stretch deep in the right buttocks. We're stretching the piriformis. And so the upper body is your choice. It's all a bonus. And breathe. And if you feel at all uncomfortable anywhere, just move around, modify the pose how you need to. Doesn't have to be exactly the same every time. It's your practice, so you get to choose how you want to do it. As long as you feel okay when you're trying to work the muscles or the joints or whatever it is we're working on, so that you can visit all parts of the body as we go through all the different routines. Nice, calm, ujjayi breath. And then let's rise up. If your upper body's gone downward, turn the left toes under so you can then lift up into a downward facing dog again and walk the dog. And now let's stretch the dog. Lift the left leg. Reach the leg up there, get a nice balance and stretch, extension, and then bring the left knee to the left wrist. Have the foot about 45 degrees back or maybe up closer to your right wrist if that's comfortable. Then walk the right foot back, lower and lower with the hips. And start leaning forwards if that's something you can do. Bring the elbows down. Or you can stay up in cobra. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to, go forwards and then relax and breathe. And now let's slowly come up, back into the cobra. Turn the right toes under. See if you can lift up into our downward facing dog again and walk the dog. And now let's stretch our downward facing dog again. Listen to your breath. Nice big Ujjayi breath. Shoulders are good and supportive, and our chest sinks lower towards the floor. Head hangs. Heels maybe make their way closer to the ground. Then we'll walk our feet up to our hands. Hang in a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, reaching the head forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms out. Slowly come up to standing. Again, equalizing the blood pressure. Take the arms up above the head. Stretching upwards. Bring the hands to the heart center. And let's stand in a Tadasana with the arms down this time. Give the arms a little shake first, shoulders too. Check that the arches are still in the feet, the ankles are sturdy, the pelvic floor hasn't tipped back or forwards. It's nice neutral. Shoulder blades in, head lifted. And now close the eyes if you can. As long as you can still keep your balance. Another option to opening the eyes is to reach out and hold on to something supportive. And take a couple breaths. And then open the eyes. Let's bend the knees and breathe in. Common Uttanasana again, forward fold. Bring the hips down into another squat. Wrap the arms around the knees and lift the head. Take another breath here. And then unwrap the arms and place the hands behind the hips and bring the hips down. Now we'll take the feet forwards and outstretch the arms next to the legs. About just a little below the knees maybe, or about the knees. Now we're going to slowly roll the back down onto the floor. Place the arms, palms down onto the floor. And then lift the hips up into a bridge. And wriggle the shoulders under. Lift the hips a little higher. Maybe you want to bring the hands together, weave the fingers, and then extend the arms. That helps make a nice support so that it's not all on the shoulders. It's also you're holding yourself up with your arms as well. And then we'll slowly roll the spine down, little by little. Bring the knees into the chest and make some circles. And now let's roll the other way. Roll those circles around. And then bring the knees back to the center. Let's extend our legs and our arms and flex and point. And flex and point a little bit longer. I think I need a bit more brightness in the room. All right, and then let's hold a flex. And hold the point. So we're folding the hands forward as well. Hold the flex. Drawing toes and fingers towards the body. Hold the point. And then let's make circles. Around and around with the feet and hands so the wrists and ankles get loosened up. And we're building strength too. And now reverse it. And then draw the knees into the chest. Let's take the legs up and see if we can lift the hips a little higher and prop our hips up on our hands. So a shoulder stand. So tip back first, let the legs come over the chest, and then lift the hips and see if you can reach the lower body and legs up towards the ceiling or sky. And then you can hold on to the hips or the back. So you can do it a little lower and be angled like this. So there's kind of like the easier version with the hips lifted. And then this is the harder version. And then if neither of those versions works for you, you can keep the hips down and you're still doing good work with the legs up. And then the legs are also higher than the heart, which helps with our vascular system. And now let's tip the legs over the head a little and roll ourselves back down. Bring the knees in. And now let's take our hands behind the knees so they're at the lowest part of the thigh. And we're going to rock forward and back. It's a nice rocking motion. We'll do 5 or 6 times. And then we'll go ahead and get onto our feet, press against the floor, and come right into a forward fold. And now let's take our arms to the sides and slowly come up. Reach up into the sky. And now into Tadasana, bring the hands to the heart center. Take another breath. And then we'll relax the arms to the sides of the body, give them a nice shake, and get a drink. So I think it's well into time to take a slight break. If you need to run off and do anything else, this is a good time for that too. All right, let's do a little bit of twisting. I know people aren't probably all ready to go yet. So in the interim, we'll go ahead and do some twisting. You can keep a little bend in the knees and transfer your weight from side to side. And get some nice work underneath the rib cage. All right, just a little more. And then we'll relax. We're going to go into our Virabhadrasana series, our warrior poses. So standing at the front of the mat, we're going to step our right foot back and then bend that right knee so we can come down into a nice high lunge. Our hips are forwards, our feet are forwards. Now we're going to take our arms forwards too, and then take them up as high as your arms and shoulders allows, and spread the fingers out, stretch upwards, and then sink the arms into the shoulder sockets. And we're gradually letting our hips go lower as it feels comfortable. And now let's take our gaze or our drishti up higher, part way or all the way between the hands. And breathe. So from our warrior one or Virabhadrasana one, we're going to go into warrior two. So lift up, turn the back foot to the side and the body to the side. The upper body, arms front and back. And now that left knee is going to bend straight ahead, just like the arm is headed straight ahead. And now draw the shoulder blades in. So we firm up the upper back and promote a nice straight spine. And if you want to sink a little lower, that's fine. Just make sure the knee doesn't go beyond the ankle, just to keep it safe. And then check that the back foot is making contact along the outer edge so that we can keep our ankle sturdy and upright. Nice deep breaths. So this is Virabhadrasana 2. And now we're going to lower our right arm, lift the left arm, turn the palm back, stretch upwards, and then slide the right hand down a little. As we reach with the hand, we're curving, breathing. And our left knee is still straight ahead, so you might be able to feel that. If not, you can take a peek and breathe. And then from here, we'll be going into our Trikonasana. Trikonasana is our triangle pose. So let's bring the arms back, front and back. And we'll want to straighten the legs, maybe move them a little closer if you got really extended, and then come down into triangle. Once you've made contact with the leg and the left hand, try to extend the upper body away from the hips. So we have our right arm up, our left arm down, and our hips to head are reaching towards the space above the right foot. And then from Trikonasana, we're going to slowly come back up and turn to our right side. And then take the arms down and around. Nice big circles into star. And from star, we go down, cross, and reach. So we get some stretch. And then back up into star, breathing in. And then down and across, other arm in front, and reach. And then up into star. And continue that a little bit more. And maybe this is the last one. When you get into star, stay there, breathe. And then let's bring the arms down. Let's turn now back to our Left foot, step forwards, walk it out. So Virabhadrasana will now be with our right leg in front. So standing at the front of the mat, step the left foot back this time. Gradually sink into a nice high lunge, so take your time. So our knee, our hips, our toes all facing forwards. Let's take our arms forwards, fingers spread. Lift the arms as high as your body is happy with. Now our drishti is going up higher if that's comfortable to your neck. And then we can maybe even look between the hands, which will mean we probably have a little nice arch in the back as well. You might let your left heel go down a little or your hips go down a little more. And then let's rise up, turn our bodies to the left and our left foot to the left. Our right foot still going forwards. Let's have our arms go front and back. Turn so that you can look at least partway towards the right hand or beyond it. Sink the right knee forwards. Sink the hips downwards. Keep that left leg extended if you can. And the left foot connecting so that there's still an arch in the foot. Our bodies are over the hips. So if you've gone forward, that's for later. That's for a triangle. So keep the body upright for now. Draw the shoulder blades in towards each other to strengthen the back. And let's breathe our nice full Ujjayi breath. Last breath here. Then we'll take the left arm down, right arm goes up, right leg still forwards. Stretch upwards and let's turn our hand towards the back. Stretch upwards with our arms all the way from the hips. You can feel that stretch going upwards. Maybe even look up a little higher if you can. Maybe even to the hand. Might make it easier if you slide the left hand down the leg a little bit. And then we'll come back up to our warrior two. So settle in here, even the shoulder blades, draw them in again. Breathe. Nice transition this way, going back to our Virabhadrasana 2, and then we'll straighten the front leg. Bring the feet closer if you need to or want to, and then tip forwards, hinging from the hips. Bring that arm down. Lift the left arm up. Kind of roll the shoulder back. That'll help bring the body around to the side. And then stretch the upper body away from the hips as far as you comfortably can. So we really elongate even down to the tailbone. Trikonasana. And then slowly come up. Nice. Let's turn to our left side this time. So our feet are facing to the left. And we're going to do some goddess pose now. So we're going to bend our knees, bend our arms, Really tighten up the muscles in the legs, the arms, the back, the chest. And then we're going to reach up and extend. Take those arms straight up. Exhale back into our goddess. This is the work. This is the real strength building. Even the belly comes in and upwards. Inhale, reach. And again, you can do these on a different pace if your breath is a lot different than mine. Exhale, strength. Inhale, stretch. Inhale, back into goddess. Nice strong goddess. And then stretch upwards. Reach. And then let's bring our arms down to the sides and go ahead and fold all the way forwards into wide angled legs. Forward fold. Letting the upper body hang from the hips. You might want to bend the knees at least a little bit, maybe a lot. And just enjoy hanging here for another breath or two. Then let's place our palms on the mat, a little bit over to the left side, just a little. And now bend the left knee and feel a nice stretch in the extended right leg. The hips have come over to the left. We're getting a good inner leg stretch. And check that you have arches in both of the feet. Make sure so that we can keep working on strengthening our feet and our ankles and keeping good alignment in the legs and knees. And then let's bring the hips to the center. Move the hands a little bit left or right of center. And then bend the right knee. And feel the stretch in the left leg. Arches. Alignment, toes connecting to the floor, fingers spread, all kinds of little things we can do to enhance the pose. And of course, breathing our nice full Ujjayi breath. And back up to the center. Let's bring our hands up to our hips. Slowly bring the upper body straight forwards. And then slowly all the way up. Take a nice breath in and reach up. Let the arms float down to your sides. Let's turn our feet to the front, so towards the right foot. And then step the left foot up to meet the right and walk it out a bit. Okay, so another chance to take a drink if you've got it, or to run and get a drink if you need it. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, so we're walking out a little bit more, and then we're going to do a thigh stretch, and then our Virasana, which is our tree pose. So let's, if you want to reach out for a little stability, go ahead. We'll take the left hand to the left foot and draw the foot in. Draw the belly in and upwards. Chest is lifted and forwards, and the head's above the body. And if you don't need to hold on, with the right hand, reach it around behind you, see if you can hold on to the foot. And then just breathe, and every once in a while, recheck your alignment. The abs tightly in and upwards, chest lifted, chin tucked in a little bit. That kind of helps keep the alignment of the head and neck and spine. And then if you want a little extra in the stretch, press the hip lightly forwards, and it'll intensify this thigh stretch. And then let's go of the left leg. Walk, walk, walk in between, and then we'll do the right leg. So again, this time you'd be holding on with your left if you want the assurance of a little extra balance help. Stand on the left foot now, hold on if you want. Spread the toes out, keep an arch. We're going to reach back for the right foot. Bring it slowly closer. You can have the foot flex if you want, or you can have it pointed if you want. Both are good. Again, with the belly drawn in, the chest lifted, the head above the body, and reach back with the left hand if you can. If not, hold on, and that's fine. And then breathe. If you can tell that your shoulder blades have moved closer together, feel a nice stretch in the front of the thigh, especially up nice and high near the hip. And nice, comfortable breathing, nice and full. And then we'll go ahead and let that foot come down and walk it out. Let's stand with our feet a little bit. Well, as soon as you walk it out enough. So maybe I need to give you a little more time. And then we'll stand with our feet a little bit apart, like hip distance or shoulder. And we're going to keep a nice soft bend in the knees. We're going to take our arms behind us and across, loosening up the shoulders, the back. And it gives us a chance to stretch across the chest. So you can keep your arms low if that is what feels right to you, or you can take them up a little higher or in line with the shoulders, the level of the shoulders. Anywhere along that area is fine. Mix it up if you want. A little bit more. And then we'll be doing a big asana tree pose. So let's stand on our left foot to begin with. Bring the right foot close. And if you need to, you can pivot on the toes lightly. You can bring your foot to the ankle, or you can bring that foot all the way up to the groin and have the knee go as far to the right side as it's possible or comfortable. The left hip needs to be in. We want to be as straight through the leg and body as possible. And then let's bring our hands to the heart center. So we lift through the legs and then extend the arms upwards until the hands are above the head, elbows out to the sides, and then extend the arms higher if you're able to. And then don't worry if you sway a little bit or jiggle or something. Just continue the best you can. Breathe, try to stay nice and calm and enjoy the effort. Breathe your nice full Ujjayi breath. You can hear your breathing. It's nice if we can hear it at least a little. But right now it's raining here, so I can't hear mine very well. I can hear the rain instead, but you can feel it. You can feel your breath. And then let's take our arms out to the side, the palms up, a nice receiving position. Shoulder blades come in. And breathe. Our belly is tucked in and upwards. And then we'll slowly take the arms back up, stretch upwards. See if you can get another 1/10 of an inch higher. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Take another inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to let our arms and our legs come down to the floor. That was pretty long on that left foot, so give yourself a lot of walking here. And now let's take our left foot, come up onto the toes, and then slowly let the foot bend forwards. So we stretch the foot a little bit. Maybe even rock the foot a little bit side to side, roll it around. Because that foot just did a lot of lovely work for us. Okay, and now walk it out a little more, and we'll switch to our right foot. So standing on the right foot, spread the toes, have an arch in the foot. Bring the left foot close, belly's nice and firm. Lift the foot if you can to the ankle or up to the groin. Knee to the side, hip in, and the hands to the heart center. So lift through the legs and now the spine as the arms go floating upward. Elbows go out, and the arms extend to whatever comfortable extension you can manage. And breathe. Nice full breathing. And while you're here, you can try relaxing your facial muscles, your forehead, your brow, your eyebrows area, the eyes, the outer corners of the eyes, the cheeks, across the nose, the mouth, and the jaw. So a lot of relaxing through the facial muscles. Let's take our arms to the sides now. Draw the shoulder blades in. Breathe. Full ujjayi breath. You might even stretch your fingers out, bend the fingers back a little in the stretch if that feels like something you like. And then we'll take our arms back up, stretch upwards. Again, see if you can get taller, elongated, hip comes in, reach, and then bring the hands to the heart center. One more breath in. And then we'll let the arms and the leg come down and walk it out. We're going to go down onto the floor now, put our legs up for a little bit because it's time for a slight rest. Not a long one, but a rest. So go ahead and get onto your backs on the floor and place your feet up. You can have your legs and hips very close to your support. Or you can be a little farther away and have more of a softer angle through the legs. So whatever feels right to you today, that's the one to do. And so with the legs up, probably everybody's already there. Let's take our arms up over our heads. Nice big breath in. If not, just catch up. We'll do a few of these. So there's a little space under the back, then we exhale, bring the arms down to the sides, the space disappears. Breathe in, space, spread the ribs out, and exhale, no space. We kind of are pressing into the floor, rocking the pelvic floor back as we lift up and over. And then the pelvic floor rotates forward so the back can flatten. And let's do one more of those. Up and over. And then back to the sides. And now for some angel wings. Arms go out and slowly go up along the floor to above the head. And then all the way back. So just go as far as it's comfortable. Some people have some issues going on with their upper arms and shoulders. So listen to your own body and do what is right for you. And exhale, bring the arms back down. And let's do one more. So we'll do 3/4 because we're going to come halfway back to our hips and then bring our right arm across the body. We didn't do a shoulder stretch on all fours, so we're going to do this one. Bring the left hand up, snuggle that arm a little closer in if you need to get a good stretch. Breathe. Relax the facial muscles again, even close the eyes. So it's how you feel, what you're paying attention to. And then open the arms all the way up. Big breath in. And then bring the left arm across. And if you need to snuggle it in a little bit more, then go ahead and breathe. Relaxing the facial muscles. And we're going to open up the arms again. And lower the legs slowly down. So that feels so good. Maybe you want to do it some other time too. But right now we need to keep moving along. So move the hips around, come back onto your mat, unless you're still on your mat. Okay, so now we're going to stretch out our left leg and bring the right leg in and then extend it upwards. So we're doing a little bit more hamstring stretch, extension along the back of the legs, getting stretched like we are stretching it in our Uttanasana or forward fold. And then let's let go of the leg. We're going to work our abs now. So we're letting the leg come slowly down, little by little. You can feel your core muscles engaging now. And then we'll do let's do an infinity sign. As if we're drawing it on a wall right down by our feet. So a little infinity sign, now reverse the direction. We might say it's like making a bow. And then let the foot come down. Full body stretch. Exhale, arms to the sides, bend the right knee. Let's scooch the hips to the right and roll the knee across. And reach the right arm out to the right. Sink the shoulder down. Let that right knee go closer towards the floor if it's appropriate. And then turn the head towards the right. Look out beyond the hand, close the eyes. Imagine looking out beyond the hand and way far away. Think of somewhere where you find your gaze breathtaking. Maybe it's up at Coquet, or you can look way out. Maybe it's on a clear day and you can see all the way to Honolulu. So wherever it is that you like to be at a vista, just imagine you're looking out across it now and breathe. Relax your facial muscles if they've gotten a little tight again. See if you can release some areas. And slowly roll back to the center. Bend the left knee, scooch the hips into the middle. Stretch out the right leg all the way. Bring the left knee close towards the chest. Relaxing the shoulders, but bringing the knee in. And then extending the leg upwards for a little bit more hamstring stretch. So just do what's comfortable. So you don't want it to be pulling at the hip bones. You want your leg to be feeling it across the back, just lightly. And then we'll release the left leg, let it float slowly downwards, engaging the core muscles, almost to the floor. And now we'll make our infinity signs again, but this time with our left leg. And then reverse the direction. And rest the foot. Full body stretch. Arms up and over. Reach with the legs too. And then relax. Bring the arms back to the sides. Now bend the left knee. Scooch the hips a little to the left side. And let's roll that knee across towards the floor on the right. And then reach the left arm out to the left side. Sink the shoulder and arm. And then turn towards that side. So our gaze is out beyond the left hand. You may not be able to turn as far, but that's okay, as far as it's comfortable. And then close the eyes. And again, put yourself back on that vista somewhere. Maybe it's at the top of a desert mountain and you're looking over during the time in the spring when the flowers come out. There's been plenty of rain in the desert and it's beautiful. The sun is setting, the sky is all different colors. And there's a hawk in the sky. And you can see movement in the bushes, the little sagebrush. And there's a lizard hiding under the sagebrush. The desert air feels good on your skin. If you don't like the desert, put yourself somewhere else and breathe. And relax your facial muscles and also the muscles around the head, the crown of the head, the back of the head, and the temples. Relax as much as you can. And then slowly roll back to the center. Bend the right knee and scooch the hips into the middle. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Let's stick our arms and legs up just so we can stretch out our toes and our fingers. Reaching the toes, trying to make room between each one. And then bringing the knees back into the chest. Placing the feet on the ground and then extend one leg and then the other. And let's do one more full body stretch before we go into our lovely Shavasana. So arms up and over, reach with the arms and the legs. And then exhale, bring the arms back to the sides of the body. Palms go up, shoulder blades move in, and the shoulders sink down towards the mat or the earth. And let the feet just be how they want. If you want your feet to be more straight up, then scooch the calf muscles to the outside. And now let's close our eyes. Breathe. Notice how you feel. If you feel anything is still a little tight, maybe the neck or the fingers or something like that, just wiggle them around a little, try to loosen so you can relax. And then come back to Shavasana pose or corpse pose. Feel your breath, the lungs inflating, the ribs spreading out, and then exhaling. Again, a nice breath. Relaxing the facial muscles, the muscles around the head, the shoulders, the arms, the toes, the legs. And now let your thoughts drift away from you as far away as you want them to go. And enjoy the stillness of Shavasana. time to start wiggling your toes and your fingers and letting your awareness come back to our yoga class. You can stay lying down if you'd like. If you'd like to sit up, go ahead and move into a comfortable seated position. You can be in Sukhasana with one of your feet out in front, a nice relaxed Sukhasana. Cross the legs like a schoolyard cross. Bring one foot up into half lotus or both into lotus. Any of the T position. All right, so let's go ahead and take a nice breath in. If you're sitting, stretch upwards. Nice big breath in. Bring the hands to the heart center, exhaling. And then we'll do 3 ohms together. So you can do them or just listen. Breathe in. Oh. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. I honor the light within you. Namaste. And thank you for being here. Good job, everyone. Yay, an hour and a half. All right, so you can unmute if you'd like. And I'm going to turn our recording off. So thank you again for being here and have a beautiful rest of your day or evening.
Namaste, Nicole.